These terrorists managed to eliminate the leaders of 5 countries in just 10 minutes. First, terrorists infiltrated the security checkpoint, and under the pretext of inspecting the underside of the vehicle, planted a bomb under the Canadian president's car. The bomb exploded as the vehicle reached the square, and the explosion served as the signal for the terrorists to act. The infiltrators and the honor guard immediately broke away from the group and opened fire on the British Prime Minister. The security personnel nearby were killed before they could react. Next, the Japanese Prime Minister was targeted as 2 ambulances loaded with explosives drove through the emergency lane, successfully blowing up both ends of the bridge, causing it to collapse instantly. The Japanese Prime Minister sank into the sea along with his vehicle, and the Italian president, who was on a date nearby, was also caught in the explosion. At the same time, the French president was killed by passing ships exploded. Within just a few minutes, 5 leaders had already perished. At that moment, police on both sides of the street immediately attacked the US president's convoy. Seeing this, Mike immediately shielded the president with his body, while the rest of the Secret Service agents surrounded them. The enemies were armed not only with assault rifles but also heavy firepower, and the vehicles were instantly blown to pieces. Mike had intended to take the president into the building for shelter, but someone had already closed the doors, leaving them no choice but to return to the car and prepare for a counterattack. However, the terrorists directly deployed thermite incendiary grenades, rendering the president's vehicle completely destroyed. A bulletproof vehicle driven by a military unit arrived in time. Nevertheless, the terrorists refused to abandon their pursuit, closely following and relentlessly firing at the bulletproof vehicle. Facing the enemy's intense firepower, the windshield could no longer withstand the impact, and the driver was struck on the spot. Mike had no choice but to take the wheel. After a chase, they finally reached the evacuation point, where 3 rescue helicopters were already waiting. The president, still shaken, boarded the helicopter. Looking out, London was in ruins. Just as Mike thought they had escaped, a Stinger missile struck and destroyed the escort helicopter beside them.